life advice. Get some money, 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 get some money.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now, this defense for the Eagles very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On second down, here's Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw is Brissett. This this one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Brissett. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. On 2nd and 9, Herbert going deep here for Watkins. They got his man complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert escaping the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Herbert. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Brissett. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Brissett to throw on first. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Henry up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake. Yeah,
he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First down catch there by Jahan Dotson. You get the sense watching him that his ascent is only just beginning. More catches, yards, and touchdowns every year at Penn State, and played his way into the first round. A tremendous athlete, he also runs routes with great intelligence.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Brissett now. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. This is Smith with a grab. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Here's Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Taken from about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Greedy Williams picks it off, and the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Brissett on 1st down. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. From the 9, 2nd and 5. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders have moved out in front. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Play action. It's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Once again, it's Swift. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop it. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Davion Taylor there to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Brissett. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Throwing, Brissett. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. And he wisely will throw that one away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert now. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Smith, the man in motion left. To the air again, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Back to the air, Herbert on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And a call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll try to run with Swift. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just...
He's got him in, complete! And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that would be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Here's Brissett. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders are back within a couple of the lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Herbert back to the air. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his 1st career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
4th down, Brissett. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry, 41 yards. And the Commanders have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Running from the gun with Henry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Sly able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And now the rookie's free. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, he's got one of the strongest arms in the league. Some people may say the strongest, but that can also have a downside occasionally, and here he's intercepted.
Yeah, when we talk about strong arms, being able to throw it deep downfield doesn't necessarily take the strongest. It takes more of the timing type of a quarterback. And it's great to be able to take your shot, but when it hangs up there just a bit too long, you put it in jeopardy. And in this case, that was intercepted.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To throw is Brissett. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And this complete to Henry over the middle. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 75. And the Commanders have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. He's got a man, complete. A big play there for Philly. And even 70 yards. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Smith catches left side. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Swift is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. A fairly short kick from the 14. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Washington on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one complete to Smith. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a give, right side Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run it again with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's got some space here. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now Brissett. This will go to Henry out wide.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A first down carry for Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll run for it with Henry.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Derrick Henry, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards on the play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Herbert. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
And it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Herbert.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Throwing, Herbert.
And that will be incomplete as well.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
155 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it in college and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Commanders, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.